All right, guys. So now today I'm going to show you how to install the necessary tools that we need in order to start developing in Java. So before I take you to the various links, let's look at certain expressions that are important. If you want to download Java software, you need to go on the Oracle website. As we discussed in the previous video, since Oracle bought Sun Microsystems, so Java is actually a product of Oracle. But on that website, you see expressions like JRE, which stands for Java Runtime Environment, and JDK, Java Development Kit. And sometimes it can be confusing to try to know which one to download on our computer and install on our computer. Okay, so actually the Java Runtime Environment, which is a JRE, is a Java virtual machine. And if you can recall in the previous video, we say that the Java virtual machine is actually custom built according to the operating system that you are running on your computer. Okay, so the Java runtime environment contains all the necessary that you need in order to execute your Java program on your computer. So it takes care of the second step of the two steps execution process that we talked about in the previous video. So if you have to download the Java runtime environment, and you also see that the website would propose you to also download a Java development kit. And actually the Java development kit contains the Java runtime environment, the virtual machine, not only the virtual machine, but it also contains all the necessary tools that you need in order to develop and compile your Java program. So it takes care of the two steps of the execution process. So because it contains the JRE, it takes care of the execution, but it also takes care of the compilation aspect of it. And there's a third expression that is also important. It is the IDE, which is an integrated development environment, which is actually a platform that allows also to develop and compile your Java project, your Java program. So for the purpose of this tutorial, we are going to use an IDE. So if we use an IDE, we will not be downloading the JDK, since the IDE will exactly do the very same job that the JDK will do in terms of allowing us to develop and compile our Java program. But we will definitely need to download the Java runtime environment. Okay, so what we're going to do is to download the JRE and an IDE. So as an example of the IDE that we're going to use for this tutorial, we're going to use Eclipse, which works fine. So it's an environment, an integrated development environment that is used to help develop and compile Java programs and languages like C++ and PHP as well. So we are doing Java tutorial, so we're going to use Eclipse, which is an IDE, in order to write our code. And we will just need a Java runtime environment. So without delay, we just go on the internet and on Google. So I already typed it. All you need to do is type download Java here. And when you type download Java on Google and click on search, you'll see that there will be a lot of websites that will be showing on your screen. You just go to the Oracle website and click on it. it will certainly redirect you to a page where you have the possibility to download either the Java runtime environment or the Java development kit. Okay, and as we said, we are going to download the Java runtime environment only, since we will be using an IDE, which is Eclipse. Okay, so just like I was saying, you can see here JDK, server JRE. Okay, so like I said, all we're going to do is click on this button under the JRE, and by clicking to this button, it's going to lead us to another page where we will choose, okay, which file to download according to the kind of operating system that we are using on our computer. So if you are using a Windows 64-bit and you have it here, what you need to do is to accept the license. Once you accept the license, and then you can come and click on the link, and it will certainly download the software on your machine, and you will do just click and install it on your machine. And on the other side, as I said, the IDE that we're going to need is going to be Eclipse. Eclipse. Also, what you need to do is just click on Google and go on Google and type download Eclipse, and you will have eclipse.org website show up on your screen. All you need to do is go on that platform, and it will redirect you to where you will be able to download the Eclipse. And the Eclipse that you're going to download will have to be compatible with your computer. For example, you have here, you can download the Eclipse IDE that is compatible with a 64-bit computer. And if you have a 64-bit computer, you just click on it, and then it will certainly download that software on your machine. And then all you have to do is click on the buttons and follow all the instructions in order for it to be installed on your machine. And remember here, when you download the Java runtime environment, make sure that you download the one which is compatible with your computer, okay? The one that is compatible with your computer. So since we said that the Java runtime environment is actually a virtual machine, and it depends on the kind of operating system that is installed on your machine. So if you take this one, for example, the Linux 64-bit, and then you try to install it on a Windows machine, it's not going to work. Okay. And then after you download Eclipse, it will certainly, and when you want to launch it, it will give you this this window here. Select a directory as workspace. So this is actually where you want your project files, your Eclipse or your Java project files to be stored on your computer. Okay, if you want it to be stored in your documents or in your videos or in your downloads or whatever folder you want, you just click on browse here and then choose the one folder where you want your project to be stored, so that if you want to put it on your pen drive or send it through an email, you know exactly where it's being stored. So for me, I'm just going to leave it like this and click on launch. It's actually going to launch the Eclipse IDE on my computer. So after you have installed your Eclipse IDE on your computer, the platform is going to look like this. For me, I already installed it. That's why it's looking like this. But normally you have certain information written on this part of your screen. And so I'm going to show you just some quick buttons that are important to know. For example, you have the file here. When you click on that, you have the new. If you want to make a new project, new Java project, you click on new, and then you have Java project here. Okay, project and all that. And for example, here also you can directly come here and click on Java project, and then it will going to create a folder for your new Java project. So we will go ahead and create a new Java project in the next video. But here, this button is to run. For example, you finish typing your code and all your statements, and then you want to execute the code. You want to run it in order to see the result on your screen. You click here on run, and then the result will come down here. You see here console. The console is actually where the output of your code will show. So when you click console, it's actually going to show you the output of your code. If there are any errors, they are definitely going to show up down here. So we will have the chance to see that when we start coding. And so here you have the edit, you have the navigate, all these ones with time. We have to get familiar with all these buttons. The run here, you can, instead of clicking on run directly here, you can click on run on the taskbar here, and then click on run or debug if you want to see whether there are certain errors in your code. And so this is it for installing the necessary tools to get started in Java that will allow us to code. And I hope this has been helpful and informative. And we will see you in the next video, where we will create our first project and also create our first class, and definitely also create our very first Java program. Thanks for watching.